good theremin musical number to start something off.
There is a time when all young people feel the need for freedom to explore new horizons. They are impatient and eager to discover life. But between their
Just
eagerness
ruining
and
those
promises
skates and
stands
pavement.
one unpredictable obstacle: their parents.
Blue room, gosh.
Is this going to be the prequel to that film that we watched from...
Bet no one in the whole
Could
class
be.
will think of going there after the dance.
The blue room. Gosh, that's the dreamiest idea I've heard yet. But count me out. You know how strict my father is.
He won't let me go to any room that's any color than white.
Battle out of mind. But let's try, all of us. Even you, Jane. It's
Well, I
worth a
can.
try.
I've got a date with an electric
Boys are
man.
rougher and girls, they just don't understand.
Well, what's the difference? They treat us all like babies. Yeah.
Here are 6 young people complaining about their parents. Our
They
parents
say
are
things
to
like
live with.
goo and
Don't they
ga.
understand the younger generation at all? Or does the young generation misunderstand parents?
Well, I don't know what young people are thinking of these days. No discipline, no consideration, no sense of the value of money. Everything seems so old-fashioned to them. No sense of responsibility.
Absolutely. You know, they get
The other
too much
night I
freedom,
had
too
my
much
fingers
money.
right up my
They used to
son's.
think they had powers when Betty was little.
Tell me the time of day.
Wait till you're grown. Oh, it's the old story.
Back in my day when my father put his fingers up my ass, well, I'd tell him whatever he wanted, just to get him out of there.
Differently.
He doesn't
Could it
understand.
be
That's
that
how you get the
teenagers
fingers
are hard
out.
to live with too? Maybe there are 2 sides.
Every
to the question.
situation is a hostage
Let's
situation.
follow Betty
Learned that in
inside
the
and
war.
get better acquainted with the Andersons.
Mother, Mother!
They called us pals.
Jimmy Allen. I can go, can't I? Well, of course you can go. I'm so happy.
Just as long as you eat everything in this
I
tray.
was going to be that new girl forever. Jimmy's going to drive, and Jane and Mary and their dates are coming with us. And afterwards, Mother, we're going to the Blue Room.
Oh my God! Now do not tell your father you're going to be around blue people.
Name band and the floor show. You know, Betty, I like your new friends. They're nice children. Children? And
Except
you're going to need a
except
new
for
dress
all
here.
of them.
Well, I
I
know about
don't
the
want
Blue
you
Room
seeing
afterwards,
any of
dear.
those
But
filthy
Mother,
children.
I know where the crowd goes. Well, let's wait and talk to Dad before we get so upset. I just heard his car drive up. He'll be in a minute.
Hello, dear.
Hi, Dad. Frank, I'm so glad you're home early. Yes,
Would you belt this girl across the face and tell her she can't go to the blue room?
Formal, no less.
Jimmy Allen, eh? Well,
He's got a big
seems
penis.
to me I've heard you mention him before.
Oh, Father.
Well, what's wrong?
They want to go to the Blue Room afterwards.
What,
The
the
blue
blue room?
Oh, no. No, that's all. The class dance is all right, but no blue room.
But, Father, I know where the crowd goes. No, don't freeze me out again. No, Betty, it isn't as bad as all that. It is. It's worse.
I don't want you around those blue people
From
with
her
their
point of view,
weird
her
colored
parents are
lips,
being very hard.
strangely
But from her
white
parents' point of
fingertips.
view, Betty is asking too much. It's an argument that can be solved only by compromise. But at Betty's age, it is difficult to accept compromise. Let's hear what Jimmy's father thinks about their plan to go to the Blue Room.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, son.
Where you going?
Taking out a client. What's on your mind?
Well, don't forget, you promised I could have the car for the class dance, Dad. I told the kids I'd drive.
As long as
I
you
won't
don't go to
forget
that blue room.
But you have to put in the gas. And you have to wash it.
And you have to
Didn't I wash it
sit
last time?
right
That's what I
here
told you.
for
You
a
couldn't have it
moment.
again if you didn't. Incidentally, I want to know what time you get home.
Oh,
Your
yes.
mother worries when you have the car.
I know how to drive, and I'm careful. I'm always careful.
You probably
You
are,
were very
Jimmy,
careful with
most
your
of the
teeth
time.
last night.
But you don't have to cause an accident to be in one. I saw a car last night with at least 10 kids jammed into it.
Well, don't worry, Dad. There are
It
only
was a
6 of us.
bus.
And 6 in Bill Swanson's car.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, Dad. Why do you always have to act like a state's attorney when I want to borrow the car?
I act
Jimmy's
like
revolt
because you're
against
attorney
his
cunts
inquisitive
is
father
why.
is genuine.
You can forget
Regardless
about
of his
using the
father's
car ever
reasons for
again.
asking so many questions.
You can walk,
Jimmy resents.
but not to the blue room.
Oh, but here they come.
Don't
Let's
want you
listen.
hanging out with those Nick. It's an old film. It chops off
Are you
sections
going
of
to go straight
dialogue.
home after the dance?
He
or
didn't
are you
want
taking the
anybody,
girls out
any
for
of
a
those
bite to eat?
nincompoops in the
Well,
blue
yes,
room
begins
to
after the dance is
be
over.
sullying his
But kids all
precious
want to go down to the
boy.
blue room.
Yes.
The blue room?
Mm-hmm.
Down at the lake?
Yeah.
Why, that place will cost a fortune. Do you think I'm made of money?
Well, gee, Dad, it's the big dance of the year. You gotta do something special.
What are you putting on the dance?
Oh, you have enough.
Well, almost. I
Need
thought maybe you could lend me a little
$5,500
bit.
out
Well,
of
you did. I supply the car, plus your allowance, and you expect me to let you have some more. Who's doing the courting, you or my pocketbook? When I was your age, $1 was a lot, and $5 was plenty for the junior prom.
Well, things are different now. Besides, I'm only doing what the rest of the gang does.
I'm sorry. You and your friends will have to think of something else to do.
If you'll excuse me, having an affair with a
Jimmy
client.
and his father look at the question of using the car and spending money from different points
It ends
of view.
up being a scheme for all
Jimmy
the kids
needs an
get together and
opportunity to
deface
prove
the
that
blue
he can
room
carry
because they can't go.
responsibility.
Yeah, they right.
But on the other hand,
Blue room.
he's been negligent in the past.
On the blue room.
In different homes, different problems arise. Jane's date, Dick, thinks his greatest problem is his mother.
It's great because none
Sorry,
of
I'm
the
late.
problems are
What's the
different.
matter?
It's all the parents don't want their kids hanging out with the
Walk over,
blues.
Bill. You're very late tonight. Anything happen at the store? Don't forget your vitamins.
Oh, liver. Vitamin. Sounds like a doctor's.
I was accosted by a
Have liver at
Negro.
least once a
He
week.
asked me if
You
I
need
could
vitamins.
hold
I
his
know, you tell me that every
bag
day.
for a moment while he tied his shoe. It was
You had to
it was
go out on the call
terrifying.
again. I wish you wouldn't work so hard, Dick. You have too full a schedule.
Never any time for me
Well, you're
anymore.
trying to do too much, Dickie. What with
These
your
breasts
job,
won't
your
fondle
schoolwork,
themselves.
Going out to parties and dances and seeing your friends, it's just too much for you. I wish you'd quit that job.
Oh, Ma. I'm doing okay. Why do you worry all the time? I'm not a baby.
Of course you're not.
Besides, somebody
But you're
has
not
to
grown
support
up
you and your
either.
cocaine
Now do
habit.
drink your milk. I wish you'd quit that job. It's just too much for you.
I like my job. It gives me some money of my own. You know, for like after the school dances. You know Dad would yell if I asked him for some money to go to the blue room.
The
God
Blue
rest
Room.
him.
That's no place for young people.
Why not? We're old enough. The whole gang's going.
But you work so hard to save, Dick. You can't afford to let money slip through your fingers.
It'd be great if
And I won't have
the
you
end of
staying
the
out all
movie is
night
just them
ruining your
standing
health.
outside the blue
Stay
room
out all
looking in
night,
and
ruin
seeing
my
just this
health, throw
horrible
my money
orgy
away.
going on.
Can I do
Yes.
anything? Look, I'm old enough to take
And
care of
Caligula,
myself.
like,
I won't leave you alone, and I won't have you ruining your health. Not after all I've gone through with you.
all their parents
You
are
were
in
such
there.
a sickly baby.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Mom, I'm not a baby anymore.
All their parents are in there
Sometimes
melding
it
into
seems
each
hard
other
to
like that
convince
movie
parents that
Society.
you're growing up. But on the other hand, young people easily forget that for the greater part of their lives, they've been completely dependent upon their
You
mother.
can go to the blue room, but
Growing
you
up
take
is
little
a
Johnny
long
with you.
process with many ups and downs. Like
Doesn't
Dick,
have to
many
stay a
children
virgin
have
forever,
gone
for
through
God's
long
sake.
periods of illness,
She's gonna give him some
from measles and chicken pox to upset stomachs and earaches and growing troubles of one
filling
kind or
babies
another.
with things is an age-old
And so it
remedy.
is perfectly natural
Babies
for Dick's
not
mother
being
to continue to
filled with
protect him. And it's perfectly natural for Dick to assert his desire for independence. What
Much
is the
like
answer?
Edmund Kemper.
There is no one answer. Dick and his mother may
Luckily, his
have
mother
to face
doesn't have a
parents
garbage
and children
disposal, so her
sometimes
vocal
look at the
cords will
same
remain on the
situation
kitchen
from
sink.
opposing sides. But let's leave Dick's home and see why Dick's date Jane expressed so much concern about her parents.
Dick and Jane.
Really?
I don't see why I can't go to the movies
I bet they'll
tomorrow
have
night.
fun with
We
each other,
discussed that at
with
dinner,
Dick and
because
Jane.
It's a school night.
Oh.
You know
Give
the
me those
rules about
ribs.
School night.
Yeah,
Rules. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can never do anything. Oh, that's not true, and you know it.
You
You've
can
got a
do
big
your
weekend
father
coming up
anytime.
with the
I'm
class
tired.
dance. We gave you permission to go to that. You'd have to be ogres to keep me from that. Well, we're not
Mom, I
ogres,
need to
and we wouldn't
exercise
keep you
this
from
jungle
it.
fever.
But your daddy said to
I
tell
wanna
you
go to
be
the
sure to be
blue.
in by 12. 12? I can't be in by then. I'll be the only one who can't go. Go where? You are going. Not to the dance, to the blue room afterwards. Remember the kids that came to my party last year? Well, we're all going together in 2 cars. I can't be in by then. I'm sorry, Jane, but your daddy says that 12
I don't
is
want
the
you
limit.
hanging out with
That's right, young lady. 12 o'clock. That's plenty late for a girl your age. And if you can't be in by 12 o'clock, just forget the whole thing.
But, Father, all the other girls
I
have been
am
like...
not interested in what others do. In my house, I make the rules.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, I'm not
Oh, I might have
interested in the
known.
other girls.
Nobody else's parents are as strict as
I mean,
you
that
are.
too. You fuck your own. It's the
Poor
50s.
Jane, she's really upset.
It's 53.
Of course, she doesn't know that her friends aren't doing any better, even though they could put up a longer fight.
She's not
The
weeping.
next day, they're just all lying
Jane's
about what a
father
good
is rather
time they had at the Blue Room without the others.
Yes.
But there's a reason behind it. He was brought up this way.
See, this man,
obeying his elders,
a long time
never
ago,
questioning their
this
commands. And he lived a
Mark
happy
Twain
and
looking
successful
like.
life. You can
And
hardly
then he
blame him
begat
for
this
trying to
boy,
raise
and they
his family
created
in
all
the
these
same spirit.
wives.
But Jane resents it. She wants to live her own life.
That's the Book of
a life
Mormon.
similar to those of her friends.
Why?
Jane is torn by conflicts. How to show respect for her parents and still have the right to live her own life as a full member of the family team.
I don't know about leaving these two in a room alone to talk.
At the conference table.
The real question, which one of these family teams are going to
discuss
districts?
budgets and allowances and other problems of mutual concern. And when special problems come up, they hold a special family conference to work it out together.
Where does that leave us, Glenn?
Let's see, pros
Well, I
of
guess that
Blue
does it.
Room,
$25.
Now, how much
There's
about you
your
doing
loss
it
of
yourself?
virginity,
Not
and
$20, I suppose.
Soothing of jungle
Well,
fever.
any other suggestions?
cons,
Gee, Glenn, I guess
possible
we're out.
diseases,
We better tell the
possible
others
loss
right
of
away.
money,
Well,
possible
must be
loss of
something we can do
life.
that's fun.
And giving
It's a little
into
more
jungle
practical.
fever.
Well, what are some of the alternatives?
Well, the high school hangout closes at 10 o'clock, so that's out.
There's the Paradise Cafe and the all-night cafeteria and the drive-ins.
I guess they aren't very exciting, are they?
Are
I've
any of the
been to
girls
all
having
of them.
parties at their house?
Yes, but there's nothing to do. It's the same old thing.
We want to do something
Yeah,
special.
it's kind of
Of
hard
course
to
you do, but couldn't we make it special?
get your
Sure,
D
special
wet
food,
under the light of the
music, maybe
movie.
favors or
Everybody
decorations.
looking at you. Unless, of course, you're an exhibitionist like me and your
Now, I have
mother.
an
That's
idea.
where you came from.
Could you leave it to a group of us parents just this once? Trust us to make it a special party?
Now the parents are going to make their own Blue Room.
Why is there terrifying music playing? Oh, went from scary to happy.
The horrors of party throwing.
Oh my God. Do you think they made a list of things?
I hope they did. They better have made a list of games to play and then not have made the list.
Oh, look what they did. Isn't it
Oh,
cute?
boy,
Gosh,
the walls are
whole place
disguised.
up.
Not exactly the Blue Room. Not the Blue Room check to pick up either. Hey, this suits me fine. Me too.
I can just hear my old man's groans as he went up the ladder.
Just so he doesn't hear you call him old.
Oh, they're not so old, really.
don't
They're
call
so
them old.
unpredictable.
Yes, unpredictable from Jane's point of view, just as she is from theirs. But once the young adults understand that their parents are people with
Not
habits,
monsters.
moods, and a right to live their own lives, and when the parents realize how important it is for the young adults to manage their own affairs, then they
Why,
can
the Blue
deal
Room
with each
doesn't
other
really
as
seem so
mutually
bad.
respecting
Did you just take a
individuals.
bite of that pretzel and put it
And
back
their
in the bowl?
relationships will be healthier and happier.
And the Blue Menace will go without blood one more day.